7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and yes. Okay, it's showtime. Well, oh, come on in. How you doing? Okay, well, we are going to continue on with learning how to write an essay. And, as of today, thesis is not a thing of the past, but not a focus, not our focus. So I offered an opportunity for students to come today during break so we can try to clear up whatever problems you're having with the thesis. But, some people chose to come, some people chose not to come. That's completely up to you. It wasn't a requirement because it was extra help. Well, moving on. Let's talk about this. What is a paragraph? Well, we have to start somewhere because the next stage of our learning how to write an essay deals with after the thesis. Yes, and that's dealing with the body of the essay. And of course, the body of the essay consists of paragraphs. And of course, those paragraphs, well, I hope that this is really a review, because we went over what a paragraph is first quarter. You remember? Remember what we talked about? Yes? You don't remember what we talked about? Before I move on, I have one thing to say about the thesis. I have designated an ambassador to the 10th grade. An ambassador to the 10th grade, someone who here lately, just about every thesis they have written has been correct. So maybe you can ask the ambassador, what it is they're eating in the morning, or, what their secret is. So ask the ambassador. Hey. Okay. All right. Here we go. A paragraph is a collection of related sentences dealing with a single point. And we talked about that. This is the basic rule. The rule is 1 point per paragraph. Or one idea per paragraph. This is how we should deal with it. We don't want to try to prove 3 and 4 ideas in a paragraph. Confusing for you, confusing for the reader, and doesn't really make for a nice, well-developed paragraph. So here it is. Yes, this is review. Can't spend a whole lot of time on review, unfortunately. Elements of a paragraph. The entire paragraph should concern itself with one focus, one idea, or 1 point. If it begins with one focus, idea, point, it should not end with another. It should not start talking about something, end talking about something else. One idea, point per paragraph. That's the whole point. And we talked about that. Well, coherence in a paragraph. Yes, coherence is the trait that makes the paragraph easily understandable. You can help create coherence 2 ways. Logical order, verbal bridges. New. Logical order, verbal bridges. I would only write what's in yellow for you note-taking connoisseurs. Oh, logical bridges and verbal bridges. Yes. Let's do it the first one. Logical bridges. Only yellow, please. Same idea from sentence to sentence. The same idea of a topic is carried over sentence to sentence. Yes. Successive sentences can be constructed in parallel form. And we know what parallelism is. Yes? Yes, we talked about it. Parallelism. Yes, everything should be the same. Yes? Yes. Okay, talk about animals. Cats, dogs, munchkins. Is that an animal? Munchkin? It's like, oh, okay. It's a perversion of you. Okay, verbal bridges. Yes. Keywords. It's all about repeating and referring back to. Verbal bridges. All about repeating and referring back to. Repeat it in words. Repeat it in several sentences. Synonymous words, meaning they mean the same or have the same meaning. Repeat it in several sentences. Pronouns, referring to things in other sentences. Talking about the same paragraph here. Transitional words can be used to link ideas. Yes. So, verbal bridges. So we create all that stuff in the paragraph. Not really important. Not that important. But this is really important. And it's the whole reason we're talking about paragraphs. Body paragraphs. What comes after the thesis in the introduction? Oh, the body. Yes, so that's why we're talking about body paragraphs. Body paragraphs. Now, let me make this as crystal clear as possible. You must, after we go over it, you must write your paragraphs in the format that I'm about to show you. You cannot write them in any other format. So it is very important for you to get down this format and understand it. I will not accept your paragraphs in any other format. So we're all on the same page. When I'm looking at your essay, I know what I'm looking at. You know what I'm looking at because you know what we talked about you were supposed to have. Okay. The body.
I tell you what, the person who believes that this one set up our own government is an idiot.
How you organize your information in the body is pretty much up to you. Most people will follow their outline. This lets you write your paper logically. Any sort of reasonable arrangement will do. The only real tricks are keeping the parts of the body in a logical order that readers can understand, and making sure that each section of your paper is glued to the part that comes before and after it with a good transition.
Well, simple. Yes. Yes, it is simple. Basically, what we got from that is that the body is all about organization. Yes, the key to writing body paragraphs is being organized. Yes? Let's talk about that for a minute. Well, of the 3 paragraphs in an essay, the introduction, of course, body, and the concluding paragraph, the body is probably the most difficult because it is essential that the body paragraphs are in order, are organized, because that's where you're going to prove your point. That's where you're going to support your position that you took in the thesis. Yes? This is where you actually have to use your brain. This is where you use your brain. I mean, use your brain a little bit in the thesis, but this is where you really have to use your brain. Yes? Yes. So that may involve thinking before writing. And we know what we do in that process. Yes? Anyone tell me? One thing? One outline? Yes. Yes. Anything else? Brainstorming? Yep. Okay. So we know what we're doing when we do that. Well, if you don't do that, you're probably going to repeat yourself, go off topic, get a 0 on the essay, on the SAT, and not write enough, which is probably going to cause you to get a 0 with me, and overall errors. That will cause you to get another 0. That's thinking before doing something is probably the thing your parents tell you the most. Right? When you're with your friends down the street, she tell you think before you do something. Actually, she wants you to think about how it's going to feel when your daddy get a hold of you behind if you do something you ain't supposed to do. Well, yes. Yeah, okay. All right, here we go. Yes, these are the reasons you should think before you write. Yes. Well, we already know that. Why waste time, right? Okay, here we go. Writing body paragraphs takes more planning, I think, and time than the introduction. I know you might disagree because of the long time you spent writing theses, but actually it does take longer. Yes. Well, before you write a body paragraph, you need to make sure, here's your checklist. Here is your checklist. And this checklist is not for you after you finish writing your essay. This checklist is for after you write your outline. So look at this. Yes. You don't want to write it. You don't want to write it down. You don't want to write it down. I'm not saying that you don't have one of those photographic memories. I mean, there's some people who can just look at something one time and that's it. Well, why are you here? You should already be in university. Okay, yes. Make sure that you have adequate and specific examples. Make sure, if you're writing, a short story using stuff from your head, make sure you illustrate your thinking. And of course, a well-organized paragraph, making sure that your ideas are in the right order. Now, this is what you do. This is what you do when you check in your outline. You remember the outline, the boxes that's supposed to represent paragraphs? You should use this checklist to go through those boxes. This checklist, those boxes. Yes? Before you start writing. If they didn't pass the checklist, you need to make some adjustments. Yes? Checklist for the boxes. Checklist box. Okay. All right. Well, now it's time. It's time. What does that say? Format of a good paragraph. The only format I will accept. So that. Here it is. This is the format for the body paragraph, which should include 8 to 10 sentences and be of about 100 words when you write, compound and complex sentences like we did first quarter. You should, out of 8 to 10 sentences, get about 100 words. Oh, this is it. I'm not accepting anything else. That's it. 8 to 10 sentences, period. I want to see some periods. 8 to 10 sentences. Well, does anyone remember the types of paragraphs? Wait, before you make a move, because I want to give you a time. Ooh, look at that. We know something about that. 10 seconds if you can tell me what type of paragraph this is, I give you 50 points. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. How they doing on Jeopardy? Isn't that how they doing on Jeopardy? When you're out of time, you go, man. Okay. Well, you don't remember the types of paragraphs we went over? Okay. You don't remember the types of paragraphs? That's essay. Turning into the Incredible Hulk. Okay. We had deductive, inductive, mixed, transitional. Anyway, we did first quarter. Yes, we did. First never took it. I feel a bit offended. I feel a bit offended. No, first quarter. You're still in second. We went over the different types of paragraphs. We did deductive, inductive, where the topic sentence is at the bottom. We did mixed, where we, had the topic sentence somewhere in the middle. And we did transitional paragraph. Yes. Well, this is deductive. those are the standard, and we said it when we went over it, standard structure of a paragraph. That's what I'm looking for right now. Well, I know you're probably trying to say, how am I going to fit that and that and that? Well, like that. And that's the breakdown. Topic sentence, one sentence. The supporting details, the supporting idea sentence, they're going to have 2 sentences apiece. And, of course, 1 sentence for the closing. If you add that up, you got 8 sentences. The paragraph. I mean, we're in 3rd grade essay. But you don't go over essay in 3rd grade. Paragraph. 8 sentences. That's how they break down. Write it first, then ask a question. You wrote it? Yes. Thesis in the closing sentence? Okay, that discussion is for another day. But you got that? You got that? Yes. Okay. There's our breakdown for our sentences. That's the map that you should take a look at while you're writing these paragraphs. And I'm telling you, the door is open, okay. But the door is closing on those of you who are copying and pasting. Because now, in addition to trying to find the information on the internet that you can copy and paste, now you got to fit it in the format. Because if I see that none of your paragraphs follow the format, a big like, it's going to say copy, copy, copy. So now you're going to have to figure it out. See, I'm going to get some work out of you, one way or the other. Okay, all right, here we go. We got that? Yes? Party time. Here we go. Organizing your writing. We're going to go very slowly over an example paragraph. Okay? Here we go. Before you begin to write, and you already told me you were supposed to do these things. Brainstorm, outline, pre-write. Therefore, you are gathering and organizing the things that are swimming around in the gray matter up there called the brain. So you're organizing that stuff, right? Teenagers, their brain just goes into overtime from the time they get up to the time, and that's what you. So you got to tame all of that. Let's say we had a topic. Do you think that all high school students should wear uniforms? Okay, that's our topic. So you have to take a position, and your position is yes. So now you're trying to figure out, what am I going to write about? I agree that all high school students should wear uniforms. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Okay, now you did your brainstorming. Here it is. Did your brainstorming. Okay? You're not going to write it down? I did it for you. You're not going to write it down? Okay, yes, there's the brainstorming. Now you got your topic. Now you got your ideas. This is the essay. Okay. Now you got your ideas. Now you're ready to get to work. Yes? Well, when you are thinking about what to write, you don't want to use a lot of words. You just want to jot some ideas down, and that's what you did. Excelente. It looks like it might end up being a pretty good essay. Okay, well, here we go. Okay, let's start our first body paragraph. What was it? It was the topic sentence. Body paragraph. First one. Topic sentence? First body paragraph. We came up with some ideas. What was the first one we came up with? You did? Simpler. Simpler, yes. That's the first idea we came up with. So why not we write a paragraph dealing with that? Yes?
We don't walk every day just trying to know what we wear. It's simpler.
It's simpler. That's good. Question. Who is it simpler for? Students, okay, all right. Teachers don't wear uniform. Nah, yeah, but teachers don't. Who? Well, you have a good idea though. Well, we just say the principals. Yes, he can keep track of everybody better. Yes, everybody in the same uniform. He knows who is who and what is what. Okay, somebody said students. Anybody else?
Staff.
That we'll put that under principals. Parents. Yes, because parents don't have to spend a whole lot of money with all those fancy clothes you want to wear every day. I mean, the uniforms are cheap, but they're a bit cheaper than, I don't know, yeah. I mean, I don't do fashion, so I was about to say Mecca jeans. They still wear Mecca. Right? Okay, at any rate, yes. FUBU. Yeah. Nobody wears FUBU anymore. Diesel. Okay, all right, at any rate. Well, it makes it simple for the parents. Okay, now what? We got that. Now what? We ready? We ready? Oh, so we need to do something else? More brainstorming? Okay, how about this right here? Now we need to start developing it. Now, some methods to make sure your paragraph is well developed. Okay, we got the frame, I say, the frame. We got that. So now we need to do something like use examples and illustrations. Yes? Yes. Cite data. Yes. Yes. And we need to examine testimony. I mean, if you're doing that type of essay. Yes. And use an anecdote, a story. Yes. I don't know about the girl who got picked on because, I don't know, something she was wearing, and then they changed I mean, whatever story you want to tell. But yes, this is how you are going to develop that. So, what was missing? What was missing in the previous slide? What was missing? Yes. We need to add some stuff to that stuff. Make sense? We need to add stuff to that stuff. That was the big stuff. We took the big stuff and we broke it down to little big stuff, and now we want to break it down to little bitty stuff. Okay, here we go. That's the stuff. Okay, here we go. Developing program paragraphs. You want to define terms? Maybe your reader doesn't understand uniform. You want to compare and contrast what would happen if the uniforms weren't in, if the students weren't wearing it, the students wearing it, Yes. Yes. You want to evaluate causes and reasons. You want to do, these are the things you want to do in your paragraphs. Okay? All right? These are the things you want to do in your paragraphs. We don't want to write it down.
You want to listen to
No. Oh. Huh?
If we ran.
Nah, you ain't even trying. You're not even trying. If I see a whole lot of people trying, then that slows me down. See a whole bunch of people looking at me like, "Come on, Mr. Great, hurry up." I mean, that's what I read when I see you sitting there and I take a note. You say, "Come on, Mr. Quick, we're not stupid, okay?" So I'm just, yes. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't finish. Examine, analyze the topic, describe the topic, offer a chronology of you dealing with time. Yes, yes. If there was some event, I don't know, whatever the event may be. These are the things that you do when developing your paragraph. Which one are we going to do? We started our paragraph, our first paragraph. Which one are we going to do in the paragraph we started? You're going to describe? You sure? We say it's simpler for principal, parent, students. Describe. Compare and contrast. Okay. Compare. Anyone else? Examine. Who say examine? Examine. Examine. Okay, we'll take the two. Examine and compare and contrast. Okay. All right, let's see. You ready? Want to analyze too? No? Okay. All right, keep that in mind. Examine, compare. Okay, we're back. Here we go. Now, we agreed simpler for principals, students, parents. Now what? Now what are we going to do? Now we need to develop. We need to develop. Yes, this is what you do. This is what you're doing in your outline. Now, simpler for principles. Why? Principles. No, I'm not. I'm saying, why is it simpler for principles? Yes. What about students? Why? Over here. Why is it simpler for students? They got it. Why is it simpler for students? Look at that. Yes. Thank you. Parents, why? Okay, there we go. Yes. Don't have to spend money or time looking for it. Wish I would look for some. Yes. You make your parents do your shopping for you. Okay, all right, here we go. These are the 3 whys. Now we got some development going on here. Yes?
This is that paragraph?
It doesn't look like it. Oh, you mean each of these?
No.
All of it together? Yes. We're about to make it into one.
You got that? You're going to ask something?
I want you to keep that in your head and don't share it with anybody. Because wait a minute, because you'll probably be the one who answered the question. Next question I'm going to ask. Now, we did some development. This is like outline. Okay, now, actually this is outline. Because what side, I just want to see, what side would this be on in our outline? Be on the right side? I'm only pointing at these boxes and circles. Yes, okay. Now we're on the same page. So we did our development. Now I'm going to be a nice, because, when I was putting this together, I was going to have you to do it. But I figured out that was going to take too much time. So, let's see. I want you to read that and tell me, because we're starting our paragraph. We started writing it. Which of the whys did we answer first? And I got a second question for the more advanced students. What's missing? So take your time. Read. I want you to wait. I want you to read it first. Humor me. Humor me and read it. I want to know what's missing, and I want to know which one did we start with? Because we just wrote some of the paragraph. Yes. Principal. There you go. Excellent. That's exactly what I was looking for. Missing topic sentence. Missing the topic sentence. Yes. Missing the topic sentence. It would be nice because we have our outline there to just start right in with it, but we can't just start. You got 3 minutes. Hello. It would be nice just to start right in with it, but we got to have a topic sentence. The reader has to know, what we're going to deal with first in our first body paragraph. Has a right to know. A topic sentence, of course, indicates in a general way, the idea that the paragraph is going to deal with. So, let's add. I know we already went over topic sentences. I'm sorry. Here we go. You might want to get that down. The topic, which is introduced by the topic sentence, should be discussed fully, adequate, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we really don't need that. Well, I guess you want to see what our topic sentence is going to be, right? That's what you're waiting for. We already know what we're dealing with, right? And we decided to start here, right? Yes? It's like waiting for something exciting. And we did that and that. Okay, here we go. You ready? There it is. But I want you to write it down. Write it down quick. You got 1 minute. Write it down. You're going to go home and tell me. You're going to come back tomorrow because we're going to continue. You're going to tell me what's wrong with it. Here's the rest of it. But I just want you to get that. But you're going to come in tomorrow and tell me what's wrong with it. We got it. But I want to know what's wrong with it. No, better than that. Change that. I want to know how we can make it better. I want to change that. Not what's wrong with it. I want to know how we can make it better. Yes. Take 1 minute to write that down. Huh? No, that's the sentence. That's the topic sentence. That's topic sentence for our first paragraph in our essay about uniforms. Oh, sorry. Miss Aya and Miss Salma, I need to see you at break tomorrow. And Miss Diana, I need to see you at break also. Make it sound like something wrong, huh? Okay, well, thank you very much for coming to visit me today. We will continue this very interesting, very important topic thing